You're watching Transformers of Eternia. Now today I want to take a look at the 13 primes, or at least my version of the 13 primes. I don't have exactly every single one of them. I'm missing Star Optimus Prime, which I don't really consider him one of the 13 primes. I think Zeta Prime should have a toy, but that's just my little thing. So anyway, to start this off, I just wanted to kind of show you all the primes that I have in their glory, I guess. I added Nova Prime, obviously, back there to kind of fill in the 13th instead of, obviously, Star Prime, which is way too big and really expensive. So, that being said, let's take a look at these guys individually, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on them overall. Hi guys, check out my adult coloring book, Cyberpunk Barbarians of the Wasteland. If you like Masters of the Universe, Thundar the Barbarian, or even Conan, this is probably a good mix for you. It's kind of a blend of Mad Max meets Masters of the Universe. It's available on Amazon right now. Just scan the QR code and check it out to support this channel. Okay, to start this off, I'll start this off with Nova Prime, who's not actually one of the 13 primes as far as I know. So this guy I got because I knew that I was not going to buy the Star Optimus Prime because he's way too big and he just looks weird with the scale of all these 13 primes. So I decided I'll get this one because I didn't know if we had any other primes available at the time to kind of fit into the whole thing. So some of these things that you're going to see today I'm going to show, and they actually have upgrade kits on them because you have to do that apparently to get these things to look really interesting or more quality looking. So I bought obviously the wing pieces and all this stuff and the fillers for this, because imagine this not being there, how hollow that would look. It looks terrible. So anyway, but yeah, this got some upgrade kits going with this guy in order to make him look good. I got that on eBay a while back. So yeah, because you can see there's a lot of hollowness in this figure. But anyway, it's basically the Siege, what is it? The Siege Ultra Magnus / Cybertron Optimus Prime mold redone, I guess. But anyway, this is kind of a cool one. It takes up a lot of space on your shelf, but it's worthy. It's a nice shelf piece. It looks kind of cool on the shelf anyway. So that's Nova Prime, and that's kind of what I wanted to give my thoughts. I'm not going to do transformations and all that stuff. I'm just going to kind of talk about the primes. So that's Nova Prime. This is Prima Prime, I believe. Yeah, Prima Prime. Anyway, and I have an upgrade kit on this guy too, if you'll notice the face right there. The face is clearly an upgrade. I don't think I did this. Yeah, this is the sword that came with him. Anyway, but yeah, I love this. I think that face looks so cool. I just love that face. That is a very cool and different looking face from the other regular Transformers, so that's why I got that. I put that one on. So anyway, this guy's cool. He has an interesting looking vehicle. He's kind of plain though. There's not a whole lot that I think is interesting about this guy, but I think he's cool, and you kind of have to have all these guys in order to have the set, you know. But I think this guy looks cool. Not too much to say about this guy really, but Prima Prime is really he's pretty decent anyway. So I'll just wanted to give my thoughts on him anyway. This is Nexus Prime, and Nexus Prime this guy's just not that cool. I don't like the combiner, whatever. Forget all that. I'm not gonna do the combiner stuff with this guy. I don't even care, because he's gonna sit on my shelf looking like this. Now I got upgrade kits. I got these pieces for the upgrade kits, which is guns, / wings plug onto, and then I also got a big gun that came with that. and then this shield that came with that, so that he can kind of look like he should anyway. He looks cool that way anyway. I think it's in the Transformers Prime, or in the Transformers 1 movie, he has this shield thing. He obviously looks very different in that. And because he looks so different in that, and I actually liked the way he looked in that, I wanted to kind of do a custom version of that. So I bought another one, and I did this. And I did a whole bunch of paint work on this. It's not the greatest, but it kind of fits anyway. So obviously I did a lot of paint work on its legs to make it from blue to red to blue, but this blue is obviously a different blue than this blue, which I did some interworking of paint into the blues, so it goes over, you know, a lot of the, yeah, you can kind of see it there. Anyway, so you can see some mix and match, some different stuff. And by the way, his arm, here's something I want you to know about. His arm is like this, not because he's in love with twisting it, but it's because there's a hole right there, and the peg, I have to put that shield in the peg hole, so that's the reason why it's like that, because they didn't put it on the right side instead. This is the reason why, because that's the only way to plug on the shield. So yeah, that's what you get to plug on the shield. It's really dumb that they did it that way, but that's the way they do it. So, and anyway, yeah, so he's got the shield that way, and that's how it works and everything. So if you're gonna do this custom paint, this is a long day's worth of work to get this done like this. I would not advise doing it, because it's a lot of work to get it to look like this, okay? I mean, I didn't paint this, but I mean, you can see that I had to paint a lot of everything. I had a lot of painting to do this. So anyway, this is cool, but obviously this one is better because it doesn't have the paint work and looking so weird, you know. But yeah, so you have to turn his arm this way, obviously, to get him to look like he should anyway. But I always give this guy all this stuff because this is the one that you buy in the store, and this is apparently how they intended him to look. I don't care for this red and blue. I just wish it was a little bit more, he was more interesting looking, I guess. But that's the way that Hasbro decided to go with it. Maybe down the road they'll repaint it to get some more money out of the suckers online, apparently. But yeah, so that's Nexus Prime, and he looks kind of cool that way. His transformation, his vehicle form is really crappy. I don't really like it. I don't like the fact that he's a combiner and he doesn't have any limbs, or I think that they could have done something better. There's Alpha Trion in his little Bible, and I'll even open it for him so you can read from scriptures. Anyway, so yeah, why is that? Okay, there we go. So you can read from the scripture, and that's how he is. Anyway, Alpha Trion is cool. It's really weird to see him looking like that, because I'm so used to him having the beard, you know. But this is a younger version of Alpha Trion, and I get that, so that's okay. But yeah, this is cool. It's nice to have an Alpha Trion that has his own mold for once, and that's good. So yeah, it's cool to have him, and I obviously like him, and you have to have him for part of the 13 because he's a classic character. So that's good. And Vector Prime obviously has a lot of custom stuff on here, okay? So the feet, customs, let me see, I don't think you can see that. Anyway, the feet have custom parts that I got off eBay. I think the sword, I think these back panels, or these things here, I think. Is it these? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't even know. So anyway, and then you turn it around, and these things are actually all custom. They're third-party kit stuff that I got off eBay anyway, and added to it. So that's upgrade kit stuff, just to make him look better, because I'm not gonna be waiting for them to do another version of him or something that forever. I'm just gonna, this is Alpha Trion. I actually like this. I know a lot of people don't like this version, but I never got the mold for the character that this came from anyway. So, because I got this version and this is the only version I got, which is nice because I actually think this fits. I don't mind this version of Vector Prime. I actually think it's cool. I like it. I think it's cool that his key plugs in right there. He's missing his little Minicon guy, but other than that, he's pretty cool anyway. I think this looks nice. And having these extra pieces from his old parts is kind of nice to have as like shields and stuff like that. So that's cool. So now we got Solus Prime. She's a bit smaller. She's cool. And I do like the fact that she has this skirt piece here and this hammer, and she isn't bad. I don't think she's terrible. I mean, she's better than most of the female Transformers we get, because most of them just are like, it's like they just make one mold and then they make everybody into it, including RC, you know? So it's like, I don't know. But this is a cool character. I don't mind her. I think she looks great overall, you know? I think she fits to what you're supposed to get out of her anyway. But she's not super amazing on my shelf. I'm not like thinking this is great, super great anyway. Now let's move on to Amalgamus Prime. He's cool, but he needs a little more articulation. I really like him, but like I said, articulation would be great if he had more ability to do things like more hand or arm movement. I mean, you got 4 arms. I like that. That's a given. That's a cool thing. I don't know too many people that would think that's bad. I think that's kind of a cool thing. And he does look like Shockwave's grandfather and all that, and that's cool too. And I like all the different modes and different things. You could take them apart and put them back together. He's basically the Masters of the Universe Modulok of the Transformers. So that's cool. But he just could use a little more posability, that's all. But I do like him. He's kind of a hunchback Transformer as far as I'm concerned, but he's cool. He fits well in with the primes because they're all kind of weird looking. So I like that about him. He's a very interesting and cool looking character. So now let's move on to Micronus Prime, and he's a small guy, but he can go in the power armor thingy, whatever. But yeah, this little guy, he's kind of a cool character. I'm kind of glad that they made a little thing like this because he actually looks pretty cool. And he's somewhat posable, but you know, for the size, you're gonna get what you're gonna get, you know. It's kind of like one of the cassettes from Blaster almost. But yeah, so this guy's cool, and he comes with this armor that he goes into, you know, he transforms into the little, I guess, disc thing that goes inside this armor, and that's kind of a cool thing. But yeah, he's not my favorite, and what he transforms into is not the greatest. I don't think that's cool, really. They could have done better, I think. So now we move on to Quintus Prime, and there's a difference on mine, and that is a third-party add-on from eBay. Once again, another third-party add-on, because I feel like I want these things to look somewhat like they should. I feel like this thing required this thing back here, this circle thing. I don't know. It just makes it look cooler. It makes it stand out a lot more. So yeah, I think this glows too. Anyway, you can find this on eBay. I'm sure I mean, it's 3D printed. You can kind of tell. Anyway, so this guy is really cool. I know he just turns into like a squid flying, and he doesn't transform that much really, but he is really kind of cool. I don't know. I just love this design that they did of him, and I actually really like this clear crystal looking plastic that kind of fades into this glowing stuff. I mean, when I first seen this, I didn't even know he had legs like down here. I didn't even know that. When I first seen them showing off this toy, I was like, is he like on a tripod? Or, I didn't realize that he had actual legs in there. That's really cool that they can hide that in there because it just kind of mixes in, you know? So this is one of my actual favorites. I actually do like this. I don't know why. It's just this weird thing, and he's a Quintesson, like he's like the father of the Quintessons, which is really cool too. So yeah, and he's got like 4 eyes. He's just very weird looking, and I do like that. I just like that bizarre element about him. So that's cool. So now here's Optimus Prime, and I have some of Zeta Prime's weapons and stuff on him as well. I'm just a fan of how that looks on him. So yeah, it's just, he looks cool. And he's not a really big guy, but he just kind of has this cool element. I do like his vehicle form though. I actually do like the vehicle. It's kind of a cool little army vehicle almost. It's kind of like a houndish type of looking vehicle. But anyway, yeah, this guy is, I'm not a huge fan of how he transforms. I don't really care. I don't even think these guys should transform technically. But yeah, they're cool because they do, I guess. Now we get to my favorite one out of all of them, Megatronus / the Fallen. I guess this is his Megatronus version, and then later on you'll get the Fallen, you know, out of that. So I bought 2 of them because I'm such a huge fan of the Fallen. I wanted to make sure that I had an extra one. So this is the Fallen version of Megatronus, my favorite version. And you'll notice, here, let's put them side by side. Okay, and you'll notice in this version, I made the yellow all orange, like he's on fire inside, and made him look more badass, which he really looks badass. I love this guy. This is like one of my number 1 favorite Transformer villain characters of all time. I mean, Megatron's cool, but this guy really is like, he's like the devil of Transformers. I mean, this guy is like super bad. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of show off the differences that I have. I mean, I have this guy's flames all over this guy, if you're wondering. So yeah, there's a lot of flames going on, and I like that. I just think that's so cool that we got a Megatronus / the Fallen finally. And now here's Onyx Prime. I like his alternate robot form, but I like this one the most. But this is how I like him to be, because he's supposed to have that. He's supposed to have those 4 legs like that and the wings. So I think that kind of is how I want him on my shelf. I don't know. You can like him whatever way you want him, because at least you get options with this guy. But yeah, this guy is cool. And I'm really happy that they did something like this, him being like the beast transformer of them all. Anyway, so that's just kind of how I feel about this guy. I think this guy is really cool. But this guy is not really the coolest on my list. Megatronus / the Fallen is the coolest, but Liege Maximo is not too far behind. Now, Liege Maximo... This guy is weird looking in the best possible way. I mean, he does mine. I mean, he always doesn't, like this doesn't always, it's like it wants to click all the way this way or all the way this way, but there's not an in between very much. This one's looser than this one, which is nice actually. But yeah, he's cool, and he has this blaster inside of his arm right there. But he's got the weirdest face I've ever seen on a Transformer. I mean, this guy is a weirdo, but it's okay, you know. Sometimes you like the weirdos the most. So yeah. Anyway, and he's got this logo on his gun. He's got all these weird things for his gun. He's just got a lot of weirdness going on, and I love it. So I enjoy it. I don't think this guy is the greatest Transformer overall. He's big. But these things like to come off if you really start moving him too much with his shoulders, which is kind of stupid. This whole thing should have turned instead of just here. Like, I don't like shoulder covers on Transformers. The Transformers Prime era had a lot of shoulder covers that went over, and was like fake shoulders, and I didn't like that. So I don't really like this, and it's kind of rubbery, but it's whatever. This is how he's going to stand on my shelf. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, this guy has a lot going on. I mean, he's got these horns. He's got that Unicron-ish kind of feel to him. Makes me wonder if they're going to have like one of the Unicron soldiers or whatever those things that they're talking about coming out with. And they're going to make this guy, they're going to like reformat this guy into being one of those. Because he has this giant Unicron kind of horn thing. I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do. But I know that they do a lot of remolds. And I think that with this guy, there could be some kind of a Unicron molding type of thing that they could do. I don't know what you would call it, but he just feels like there's got to be a Unicron thing going on here in a remold. I just don't know how or why. I just definitely feel like there's got to be a Unicron thing in the making of this. But it's okay. This thing is really cool. He's a very interesting looking character. I kind of wish they would have painted these like wires and stuff down here as much as they did up here. But I get it, they got a paint budget. So anyway, I don't want to talk forever on this because I think I've already covered like so much ground with these. There's a lot of Transformers that we talked about. That's why I didn't transform them. And luckily they're the Primes, so technically they're not supposed to transform really. So I'm just kind of glad that I got all 13 in my eyes anyway. Now I do want them to do a Zeta Prime. If they do a Zeta Prime, I'm definitely buying that because Sentinel Prime is a Transformer I want to get. I want him to be blue and orange, but okay, we got to get him in basically a remold of the Tarn, which is kind of weird that they're doing that. I would have gone for a different mold maybe, but anyway, so we're gonna get a remold of Tarn, and I don't like the price on it. Nobody does on the internet. I don't think I've seen anybody saying anything positive about it. And whatever, I don't care about the shield because, like I said, I don't have Star Optimus Prime, so I guess it doesn't make sense for me to get it anyway. But I do want a Sentinel Prime, but I'm not going to consider him part of the 13 Primes because Zeta Prime is supposed to be one of the 13 Primes as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, tell me what you think about these things in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.